All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are tackling a subject that is quickly becoming a massive headache for businesses everywhere: the rising storm of software license audits. We're going to break down why this is happening now and why getting ready for one is no longer just an IT task, it's a critical business strategy. Let's just start with the number that makes everyone sit up a little straighter: $5 million. That's what it could cost a company on average when a big software audit finds they're not compliant. We're not talking about a small fine here. This is a massive financial hit that can derail projects and seriously damage a company's bottom line. So what gives? Why now? I mean, audits aren't new, they've been around forever, but something has definitely changed. They've never been this aggressive or this expensive. Let's get into the forces that have turned what used to be a routine checkup into a full-blown business crisis. The truth is, we're caught in the middle of a perfect storm. On one hand, you've got technology that's changing at lightning speed. And on the other, you've got some really powerful financial reasons for vendors to come knocking. So let's unpack exactly what's fueling this surge. First off, our tech environments are just incredibly complex now. This isn't about a few servers in a closet anymore. Just think about it. You've got licenses scattered across different clouds like AWS or Azure. You've got stuff running on-premise. You've got people working from home, from the office, from everywhere. And then you throw in things like containerization, where apps are broken into these tiny, constantly moving pieces. Yeah, you can see how just trying to track what you're using has become a total nightmare. Okay, now let's flip the coin and look at the vendor's side. The global software market is enormous. We're talking $858 billion. So of course they want to protect that revenue. But here's the real story. Audits aren't just for protection. They're a business unit in themselves, and a highly profitable one, with margins around 40%. When a vendor can juice their revenue by an average of 23% just by finding noncompliance, well, it's pretty obvious why they're ramping up these audit programs. It's just good business for them.
And make no mistake, this isn't random. This isn't a surprise spot check. The big vendors have a very slick, methodical playbook they follow, and it's designed for one thing: to turn your compliance gaps into their revenue stream. Their strategy typically unfolds in 4 phases. First, they identify. They use powerful tools, and now even AI, to quietly scan and find potential licensing gaps. Then, once they have a target, they quantify it. They crunch all the usage data to figure out exactly how much they think you owe. It's only then that they engage you, showing up with their findings to kick off a really tough negotiation. And the final step? Monetize. They turn that gap into cash, either through direct penalties or by pushing you into a big, expensive new contract. But here's the thing. The check you write for that penalty, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real cost is so much bigger. You've got legal fees, the cost to actually fix the mess, and then there's the massive hidden cost: business disruption. Think of all the hours your best people are pulled away from their actual jobs to deal with an audit. That's how that initial penalty balloons into that $5 million average we talked about. And this entire game is getting way more advanced. What we're seeing now is basically a technological arms race. On one side, vendors are using machine learning to hunt for noncompliance and automatically flag companies that look risky. But on the other side, smart companies are fighting fire with fire. They're deploying their own AI to discover and fix problems before the vendor's audit letter ever shows up in the mail. Okay, so that's the threat. It's real, it's growing, and it's expensive. But, and this is a really big but, you are not helpless here. The great news is there are proactive things you can do to build a rock-solid defense. And it's not just about avoiding audits. It's about being smarter with your resources. At the core of any good defense is a modern software asset management program, or SAM. Now, this isn't your grandfather's SAM program where you're just counting licenses in a spreadsheet. Modern SAM is a strategic powerhouse. It integrates all your systems, it uses predictive analytics, it automates compliance checks, and it's all about one thing: making sure you're not just compliant, but that you're optimizing every single dollar you spend on software. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about playing defense. A good SAM program is one of the best offensive moves you can make for your budget. The data shows that when you do this right, you can slash your software spending by 25 to 30%. So you're not just dodging penalties, you're actively saving a ton of money by getting rid of waste.
It's a total win-win.
So, what are the actual steps you can take? It really boils down to a few key things. First, you got to know what you have. Do a full inventory and set some clear rules. Next, bring in automated tools to keep an eye on everything 24/7. But it's also a people thing. Having open, transparent relationships with your vendors can make a huge difference. And last but not least, document everything. When an auditor comes calling, good records are your absolute best friend.
So, where is this all heading? Because this landscape is anything but static. It's evolving fast. Let's take a quick peek at what's coming down the pike for compliance over the next few years.
You know, the rules of the game are literally being rewritten as we speak. Pretty soon, we're going to see new regulations specifically for AI software licensing and new legal precedents for all those messy cloud disputes. A bit further out, we'll probably see international standards emerge to make things a little more consistent. And after that, legal frameworks designed just for complex tech like containers. Staying ahead of this curve is going to be crucial. And there's one more connection here that's becoming impossible to ignore: cybersecurity. Just think about it for a second. That piece of unauthorized or unpatched software, it's not just a license problem, it's a giant gaping security hole for attackers to walk right through. That's why, as this report says, smart license management is now considered a vital part of any good security strategy.
Now, if we look way out on the horizon, there's some really fascinating tech that could completely change the game. I'm talking about blockchain. Imagine having a perfect, unchangeable, transparent record of every single software license and how it's being used. If this becomes a reality, it could give you continuous, verifiable proof of compliance and maybe, just maybe, make these disruptive, painful audits a thing of the past. Which brings us back to the one final crucial question. We're in a new era. We've got AI-powered audits, we've got these incredibly complex hybrid environments, and the rules are changing under our feet. The game has changed. The storm is here. So you have to ask yourself, is your organization truly prepared?